Just seems like the bad news never stops in the crypto sector over the last year. And bad gets worse, right? FTX blowing up, Alameda Research Ponzi scheme, SBF went from being the crypto's people hero to the biggest scammer in the history of the human race. Enter Nexo. Nexo is a cryptocurrency platform. They have trading, they custody coins, and they offer yield. You can lend them your cryptocurrencies and earn interest. A lot of services like that are going belly up or have gone belly up. Celsius, bankrupt. Voyager, bankrupt. BlockFi, communication still paused. What is happening, BlockFi? We need to know. We deserve to know. We want to know. And then there's Nexo. Are they next though? Whew, I just came up with that, but it's not really a joke in time. My name's Vosk. We're gonna look at the fishy things that have been going on with Nexo and some of the good things. My name is Voskcoin on the Voskcoin YouTube channel. This came across my feed and it was recapping how Nexo had offered BlockFi an $850 million deal to potentially acquire it. They offered their rival, BlockFi, an $850 million deal in July when the latter firm was struggling financially and had signed a non-final deal with FTX US. Well, FTX US is bankrupt, scam, and all that kind of craziness. We've already broken it down on the channel. You probably already heard about it. They made an unsuccessful offer to acquire their troubled rival here. Well, one thing I can say for sure is that they wish that they had done this. Looking at the deal, it's going to be interesting to see this deal, and I'll talk about that more here in a second, but this deal, right? $850 million, $30 million for the acquisition of 51%. Through a combination of cash equity, $30 million payable to BlockFi's existing shareholders upon successful S1 registration of BlockFi's yield product with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and $500 million credit line to address BlockFi's liquidity needs, according to the investment proposal, including a 5-year call option on the remaining 49% of BlockFi's equity at a 10x valuation of the proposal, and termination of BlockFi's unvested employee option pool, thus increasing the stakes. That's the gist of it, right? So FTX US basically got them $400 million credit line, option to buy BlockFi $240 million. Well, it turns out that was all a scam, right? And so interesting, weird background on this Mario guy who's been getting a lot of popularity on Twitter recently. The gist is apparently he engineers social campaigns and like manipulation. That's like the 5 seconds of research I've seen and comments and stuff. So take from that what you will. But what I want to take from this is apparently they already knew that Alameda was BlockFi's largest debtor, second only to Three Arrows Capital. So basically their two biggest lends blew up, were scams, and they took losses there. And that's why they are in jeopardy. So watch this clip from Antony Tranchev.
It is a very serious situation. There's no beating around the bush. I think that any sort of rescue, whether it's an acquisition or a liquidity injection at FTX, will be extremely tough. We are engaged in a similar, much smaller scale transaction, and I know what that takes. Binance looking at it for 24 hours and then deciding to walk away. The hold that started at $2 billion is now reportedly up at $8 billion. So, we need a person or a company that has $8 billion to spare and that sees value in FTX. And whether we have such a person, does he exist, and who that is, I don't have a great answer to those questions, unfortunately.
To put it simply, doesn't seem like anybody's going to want to buy FTX. There's no bailout, hero swooping in there. But he said that they are working on a much smaller transaction. Well, everything is much smaller than 8 billion for average transactions and acquisitions and things like that. Is the BlockFi deal back on the table? I don't see why it wouldn't be, but I also don't see why they wouldn't be offering them much less. Nexo further confirmed that they had zero exposure to Genesis, Gemini, Luno, and BlockFi. Interesting. They also claim to have $0 net exposure to FTX Alameda. As a conservative institution with stringent risk controls, Nexo says they safeguarded all their funds by withdrawing its entire balances from the exchange over the past few days, as evidenced by on-chain data. They also illustrate that they had a small loan to Alameda, less than 0.5% of their assets, fully collateralized by digital assets that were sold in full by their team 2 days ago, resulting in 100% principal recovery and 0 losses for the company. Interesting. Are these guys killing it, right? Are they actually holding it down like all of these others that have fallen before them should have? Or is this the next shell in the shell game, right? They claim to have a real-time audit and great rating on Trustpilot, which means nothing because Trustpilot doesn't fight scams. Check out this Twitter thread that Alexa had as we try to get scam reviews of a scam Voskcoin site. We don't offer cloud mining. We never have, we never will. But there's a fake cloud mining operation that stole our, impersonated us. And then they had fake reviews on there, and Trustpilot removed our warning review of all things, saying we're biased to a competitor. The competitor is me competing against my scam self. They're more like Untrusted Pilot. Then there's BitGo, Ledger, and Backed. And I'll be balked. Boasting 775 million insurance on custodial assets if we take anything at face value these days. But they offer an affiliate setup. They have sign-up bonuses for bringing your friends, right? You earn interest on your cryptocurrencies. You buy cryptocurrency. They have a card. There's a lot of similarities. They have their own token, Nexo, right? They have all these things, all these similarities. They have this, the real-time audit. Nexo's assets total in excess of 100% of the almost $3 billion in customer liabilities, or that equates to about 170,000 Bitcoin. There was a lot of drama just recently about this going down. Apparently it was just technical difficulties with their feed. There's been a lot of FUD flying around. Are these, criticisms true? Likely, right? The Bitcoin handle said that Nexo's proof of reserve is just a page, that they have more assets. No wallet addresses, no breakdown of the assets, urging people to not be gullible. The co-founder, which we referenced earlier, Antony, said that they're among the very few that have opened their entire books, both assets and liability. What everyone is now showing as asset reserves does not tell you much, as most of them have not disclosed their liabilities. Nexo has made some interesting plays recently. They safeguarded user funds from FTX, but the platform's doing something unusual, right? Withdrew $219 million from FTX before they paused withdrawals and went insolvent. Was that just a key playmaker right there? Did they have insider info? It's interesting. It's scary. It's a little fishy. I bet we all wish we could have gotten out. The lending platform claims to have safeguarded all the assets. The CEO of Nansen, on-chain analytic platform, confirmed that Nexo withdrew over $219 million from FTX. And again, they claimed 0 losses. But they were called out for transferring $85 million to Binance in the last 20 hours. They say this is standard operational transfer to a safe exchange, parentheses Binance, to facilitate customer trading and liquidate collateral. Hopefully, they say, won't be necessary. Myself, among everyone else right now, is pretty much saying, can we call any exchange safe anymore? There's also this. If FTX goes into Chapter 11, which they have, these withdrawals could be seen as preference claim and clawed back to the FTX's bankruptcy estate. I agree with the boogeyman down here. I don't think that's the case. I don't think this will happen. But I'm not a lawyer, and this ain't legal advice. They're set to launch their own non-custodial smart wallet. Interesting. And if they could integrate the features of their platform and have the coins and have things custodied by their users while still getting at least some of the features, that's pretty interesting, and that could be huge for them. Because the phrase, not your keys, not your coins, will ring ever louder for the rest of cryptocurrency. This wallet is not live yet, though. It is in beta. And before we wrap this up, let's go ahead and look at their token. It's the 87th biggest cryptocurrency when ranked by CoinMarketCap. It's worth $400 million. In the last 24 hours, they've done $10 million in volume. They are down 19% in the last 30 days, 82% from their all-time high a year and a half ago, 79% over the last year. This cryptocurrency is traded most notably, which is great to see, on Uniswap, as well as Binance. When we look at some of their other trading pairs, not a lot of other great exchanges other than Binance and Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange. And just to be clear, it's hard to call any exchange great these days. Looking at Nexo, they are either about to come out of the situation as the king, or they are the next domino to fall, right? Citing a good relationship with Binance, maybe they got their back. Maybe they're going to be all right on that front. Apparently, per their real-time audit, they're good to go. I'm not recommending them. I'm not endorsing them. I'm not promoting them. Voskcoin and thus myself has never even been in contact with them and have no relationship with them. This isn't some kind of weird hidden ad or something. I advise everyone to no longer use any centralized platforms. Get your coins off of everything, maintain your keys. If you're not going to self-custody your coins, you shouldn't have coins. That's as simple as it's going to be moving forward. However, I take a step back and I know that people, they will forget. Most people will forget. New people will never know. And a lot of these kind of services, products, companies will become popular again, will become profitable, very profitable again, or even maintain profitability the entire time. So if not only they can survive this, but if they actually triumphed, right? They could buy BlockFi. They could place a bid for Voyager. The Celsius situation may be, messed up beyond repair. And I definitely think that's also going to be the case for FTX. To be one of the only competitors to do something like this, while Gemini Earn has had to halt, freeze withdrawals, redemptions in their partnership with Genesis, who basically made their Earn program possible, they would have the track record of always honoring withdrawals, always being online. Then, if they come in and bail out BlockFi, they would save those customers. They would reinstate confidence in that product, in the space, basically absorb all that, roll that into their business, roll those customers into theirs. Of course, some will leave, some will stay. If you think of this like Game of Thrones, they could take it all here.
I demand a trial by combat.
And again, I'm not recommending them. I'm just saying this is crazy. This is very high stakes plays that are going on here. We're talking billion-dollar businesses. Things were valued in insane amounts last year. This year, valuations a little bit lower. As always, time reveals all. And it's time for me to spend some time with our CTO, our Chief Time Officer. That's going to be the cutie pup Tails and the owner of the Voskcoin YouTube channel. My name is Vosk. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. I will see you on the next video. I will see you on the next video. Let me know down in the comments below if you think Nexo is about to seize the throne, or they're going to be the next one to get FTX'd out. I just made that. Someone else probably made that before too, though.
Shine.